Welcome back to the Fallout New Vegas Perfect playthrough. We have walked the divide and are now at Ulysses' temple. So let's head on in. We have so much stuff, and yet I still insist upon looting. Man, we're really at the end, man. I can't believe it. This is the end of the Fallout franchise, and at least a certain part of the Fallout franchise. The finale to the trilogy of Fallout 1, 2, and 3. So, I guess I'd say pay attention to the dialogue and think about it. Think about what, the themes are. What it means to you. Try not to do any outside influence and just let it stand on its own. Oh, forgot that there's stuff. Man, the build is good. Man, oh man. Oh, and we have a commissary terminal? That's we left all the stuff behind, though. And there we go. And we're getting EDE out of there. The little sentry bots / turrets mean nothing. Thank goodness we could save EDE. What happened? Oh, door malfunction. Must have been an override function piggybacked on that broadcast. That's what pulled you here. Are you okay? Well, of course I came after you. I wasn't going to leave you behind. And do you know what happened, even though I just told you with the science check? You took off like you finally found home. An override frequency? So what, Ulysses just called you here? But why would he do that? It wasn't to lure me here. Ulysses already knew I was coming. I'm worried too. Whatever he's planning, Ulysses obviously wants you there. Come on. I'd hate to disappoint him. Now, with our best friend at our side, we'll head in to meet Ulysses. But first, in the interest of, here, first off, let's repair this armor. Boom. And second off, let's activate this commissary because, who remembers which one we have? I don't. We'll check it real quick, but I do want to complete these challenges correctly. We have the Alpha Strike, so we need the other two. And, might as well just sell what we can sell. Don't need another industrial hand. Don't really need the, flare gun either. Now's the chance to sell stuff. Oh, I forgot to drop that teddy bear. Now it's an extra 2 caps. And why not sell some stim packs? I know we got a lot. Definitely can sell these super stim packs. I never use those. And, I guess we'll keep. You know what, whatever. The MREs we don't need too much of. And, do we need that many doctor's bags as well? Maybe that'll end up being a foolish decision selling those doctor's bags, but I don't know. I think I have extras. And there we go, we have 30,000 caps. And an achievement unlocked. I had never done that before. I'm not a big explosives build guy. And I guess we'll get a full heal from the auto dock. And here it is, the elevator to the temple. The only thing left we have to buy is the implants in Old World Blues. And there is Ulysses. iBots going around. But before Ulysses, we'll complete the other last challenge. Which, you could save these guys for the marked men, but these warheads for the marked men assault. But I'm just going to get them out of the way now. Just because I like that satisfying 30 out of 30. And I guess we'll put a save down here, though I doubt we'll need one. And finally, 2 couriers underneath the old world flag.
Even in this place, NCR's shadow falls. Or is it just you, Courier, without the bear's corpse to weigh you down? Judging by your shadow, maybe you can't let your machine go. Doesn't matter now. Either way, the Divide Giants are awakening. The missiles here on their way home. There is no way to stop them.
And we're gonna talk with Ulysses. What happened at the Divide, what I did, was an accident. What you're doing, it's madness.
No. Now there is purpose. I believe you when you say you were careless. The Divide, the chip, the machine you brought here. Many messages can be taken from that, intended or not. What I do now is an act of conviction.
If you blame me for the Divide, then let me answer for it, not others.
Blame you? No. Learned from you. Both the weapon to kill a nation and the strength to do it. You showed me a road, a way to carry my message. You've already answered for what you've done. Now the flag you follow will answer for it.
So what? You intend to bomb the Mojave?
No, not the Mojave. The West. All that's been built since America died. Same symbols as before the war. Now a flag carried by a tribe of children. You walked the West, didn't stay. You know the reason. The bear grows without structure, follows a symbol without knowing its history. And knowing that you believe in a bear's sickness and have given it strength, and that gives more reason to lay waste to your homeland. After this, only one flag will remain over the Mojave. Let that one fly, or destroy itself.
You can't destroy the West, even with all the missiles here.
No need to destroy the bear. Just cut its throat. You taught me that at the Divide. Only need to cut off the supply line, the road, to watch something greater die. I'll turn the long 15 into miles of fire. Cut off the Mojave. NCR will fall back, lose Hoover Dam, and leave their throats exposed to the Legion.
Even if you have no faith in the NCR, I do. My actions have proven it.
Your actions have carried strength. If you speak for the two-headed bear, I'll hear your words, even if I will be the only one to hear them. If you believe it should not die this day, then answer me why.
And there's a lot of ways to convince Ulysses. You can speech check him with your own argument. You can call upon his tapes and either point out his history with the White Legs or his history in the Big Empty. But throughout this playthrough, my best buddy's been EDE, and he'll help me once again. If my words won't change your mind, what about the messages in the iBot?
The machine, made from the parts of Navarro. It had only one message in its core: to get home at any cost. It echoes its master, and soon the missiles here will as well.
It has history inside it, the logs of what's left of America.
There is nothing inside the machine except the means to awaken the missiles in the Divide. That is its only message.
Its logs tell of a place where America survived, may still exist, and it's falling apart.
You lie. There was only one message in the machine, only one message in the package you brought. The Divide bore the symbol of America, as did the package from Navarro. The origins of the machine is of no importance.
The package I brought was from Navarro. The Divide scanned EDE's logs from the Mojave.
What do you seek to gain by telling me this, if you think that the symbol I wear is a weakness?
The symbol you wear is dead, and you helped kill it. The question is, what will you do to fix it?
If we must survive to carry its message, then that is what shall be done. I will not let America die here. But it may not matter. Even if we lay down our weapons, the Divide, it still stands against us.
The Divide? What do you mean?
Our enemies gather outside, shadows of the bear and the bull. They will have found their way in, just as you did. It was always my intention. In case I could not kill you, the marked men would flood this place, cut off your escape. If we cannot prevent what comes, then let us make our stand here. Two couriers together at the divide.
And I always like doing it this way because, well, I say I always like doing it this way. I chose to do it this way because I love EDE, best companion, and might as well put everything on for this climactic battle. And I like that he helps you convince Ulysses. Now the marked men rush in, and now we're gonna hit him with the implant GRX. Build's doing well. That was one implant GRX, by the way, that we killed down with. A few more left, huh? We're gonna see how much of this stuff we can carry. Guess. But yeah, the build's pretty good. I have a feeling that Ulysses would not have fared well had we decided to go that way. And let's see what.
If we're done here, let's leave the divide behind. If we get separated, I'll meet you about Hopeville, near the canyon wreckage.
Sounds good. But first, something for me to deal with. The missiles of the divide. The terminal is already engaged in its countdown sequence and the abort code has been overridden. You might be able to change the missile's target or accelerate the countdown and launch the missiles immediately. We will attempt to cancel the launch. The abort code is encrypted with an incredibly advanced pre-war military encryption sequence. You'd have to be a code-breaking robot to crack it in time. So we'll ask EDE for help once again.
Experiment log 369248/A. iBot Duraframe Universal Interface Override System. This is Dr. Whitley presiding. Initial tests of the override system are promising. Against unsecured or lightly encrypted targets, the iBots have a 98% success rate. More heavily protected systems are still problematic. Military-grade encryption presents a very real possibility of critical overload of key systems. We've stopped tests before any robots were destroyed. But if we don't address the problem, our iBots will fry themselves hacking military networks.
Are you saying that you can stop this missile? But the log said that this kind of encryption would kill you. EDE, I won't let you sacrifice yourself like this. There has to be another way. If you're really sure you want this, okay. Go ahead and stop the missile. And goodbye. We've lost EDE's Enhanced Sensors perk.
Hopeville burned, lightless in the night, invisible fires of radiation scorching it from within and without. It is said a man still walked its streets with a tattered jacket, an old world flag etched on the back. He remained there, perhaps as punishment for the scars he left on the wastes, or a reminder of a history he could not forget. For Ulysses, his journey was over. The Courier had been the end of his road. As for the Courier, he turned his back on his home for the second time and made his way back, navigating the treachery of the divide. Tunnelers and the marked men avoided the lone figure, as if recognizing the Courier's right to passage, or out of fear. The Courier walked until he stood again upon the edge of the divide, the last road he would walk before the second battle for Hoover Dam. There, beside his feet, was a final package from one courier to another. A footlocker bearing a gift and a message. But that message, it is something for couriers to carry, and for them alone. The lights flickered across the divide, reminders that the old world histories persist and find meaning in the present. It said, war never changes. Men do, through the roads they walk. And this road has reached its end.
The divide broke cities, flayed skin from bone, and threatened to destroy the world. But you survived it and stopped it. You can put a single point into any of your special attributes, and you gain reputation with the followers and Brotherhood for stopping another Armageddon. Bringing us up to idolize with the Brotherhood of Steel, and bringing our agility to 10. Pretty nice. Now we go into the duster to get our duster. We, of course, got the NCR duster, but the duster we will be wearing at the final battle is Ulysses' duster, because look at that. +5 crit chance and light armor. Sweet. And got another red glare, if you want another red glare. and Old Glory, which is a pretty cool, you know, weapon. As of now, though, we're going to be wearing our Courier duster, as it helps us out with carry weight. And we're also going to listen carry weight for bringing all our loot back. And we're also going to listen to Ulysses' final message real quick.
Last tape, last message. In case you best me. If you're hearing this, you have, through blood or word, this message and all that lies with it. It is for you, Courier. If you want to know the why of things. This world, I've walked a good part of it. I stopped only because of you. What you did gave me pause. Long ago, I crossed the Colorado, the first among the Legion to see Hoover Dam in all its glory. An old world wall, yet bridging two sides. And beyond it, a symbol of a two-headed bear. An idea great enough to challenge Caesar himself. Might kill him taking it, whether he won or lost. The bull needs to fight, needs the challenge. Without it, it falters, dies in the dust. Might be a lesson there, in you and me. Leave the thought behind the message to you. My message is this. The destruction that has been wrought at the Divide, or elsewhere, if you couldn't stop me, it can happen again. It will keep happening. If war doesn't change, men must change, and so must their symbols. Even if it is nothing at all, know what you follow, Courier. Just as I followed you to the end. Whatever your symbol, carry it on your back and wear it proudly when you stand at Hoover Dam.
We got the sweet NCR duster with the two-headed bear. I like that symbol. And as we're going to be doing a little walking, we'll grab that whiskey. As Ulysses offered to meet us. Right here. And he has a few things to say. So let's get into his dialogue. With the Divide in the background.
Full circle. Walked your road. Now back again. Something else in you needing an answer.
What are you doing here?
A question one could have asked you not long ago, before walking the road west into the storms. Need to be here, see what was done. It's custom of the bear to never see the marks it claws in the land. Not my custom. Maybe that's why you've come too. Need to see where the missile from Ashton touched ground down below in Hopeville. The Courier's Mile.
What's the Courier's Mile? Is that where the Ashton missile hit?
My name for it. If you have a better one, you grant it. My choice in names won't carry past you and I. Lies along the road, running from the Hopeville silo, straight onto where the ground burns and wind howls even stronger than here.
What about the marked men?
That's part of why I'm here. Watch them. If they attack me, try to enter the Mojave. I answer. Not looking to kill them. Save them, if I can. There might be something saving in them. If not, then what I do is mercy, not murder.
The Divide's irradiated. Are you sure you want to stay here?
The invisible fires burn here, true enough. Still, to have helped carry out such an act, then not face it. Not my way. If my life burns out here, so be it. Until then, I wait and watch, see what the road brings.
And I have other questions.
Something else in you needing an answer?
Caesar is dead. I killed him.
Names die twice to history. If the West thanks you, the East won't in time. Fall apart. Back to the tribes, maybe. Too soon to tell what will happen. Let history weigh what you've done, if it gets that far.
Are you angry at all?
Caesar would be history's hypocrite if he was angry about what happened. I'm not one for it either. Seems you just proved his philosophy to him. If he'd been stronger, he'd be alive, and we wouldn't be talking. Unless you do the same for the legate that comes, you'll get no thanks from me. When that monster arrives, he's not going to have a leash. Caesar could command him. Not now. The bear is going to burn, and burn slow.
Is this where you're making camp?
Not a camp. Vigil, maybe. Never claimed it as mine. If anyone owns the divide, your claim is stronger than mine. Don't feel like adding a campfire to the ones that already burn below. If you brought Mojave gifts, might be able to shape something for the road.
Any recipes you can teach?
Depends what history has to say about them. There's a lot the land can provide, if you know the road that led to it. Mojave's got ways of healing most ills. If not, some tribes have usually found a way you didn't expect. Like healing powders. Tribes back west only use xander and rock flour. There's a way the twin mothers in the east used to brew it though. Called it bitter drink. Mixed up the xander and brock in a bottle. Added some kick to it, so your head doesn't get all clouded.
What's the history of it?
History. Cures a wound, leaves the bitterness that caused it. The twin mothers were always about lessons. Caesar taught them the last one, though. So that's it for them. Recipe still exists. Legion uses it on forced marches with wounded soldiers. Wouldn't have made it through Crimson River Trail a few years back without it. Losing so much blood early on was a cazador feast. Enough xander root and brock flour along the trail, though. The Legion was able to keep pace and get where they were going.
Can you share the recipe with me?
Can do that, and one better. Just enough around to mix some. Here. Might make the twin mother's history live a little longer, you carrying it. When you drink it, down it all in one shot, or your stomach's not going to want to keep going after the second drink.
And Ulysses acts as a crafting bench. Any more recipes you can teach?
Nothing more than I've already shared. We'll have to keep with what we know. Tired of history's lessons anyway.
And I have other questions. I got your final message.
Didn't think I'd be breathing to hear you say that. Message isn't important. Meaning is. Had to speak of it, in case the words got lost in paper, ink, or others' voices. Maybe even yours in time. Still meant for you. Courier to Courier. Belongs to you now. Or history. Doesn't matter.
And I reached Vegas, and I dealt with House.
House spoke, acted through machines. sometimes can judge a man by his messengers. Sometimes the messengers judge him. Wonder what happens to Vegas now. The tribes, families. We'll see.
If Vegas falls apart, seems like more history will be lost.
What you did was for the best. The old world died long ago. Anyone who believes they can make it return, and everything will be as it was. It is a dangerous belief. Needs to be silenced before their belief spreads. If you saw a house, you didn't see a man. An old world spirit, perhaps. Filthy, diseased. If so, killing him was mercy, not cruelty.
Have you been to Hopeville since the Ashton missile hit?
Walk there sometimes. Keep the walks short. Still, it's important to see. Something else to answer for. Occasionally sift through the dust, the buildings. See if I can find some history, marks of America. If you want them, keep them. You've earned it. Nothing to be gained by me holding them, and more will surface in time.
And he gives you more rockets. And I wanted to hear more about Hoover Dam.
Old world wall, run red with blood of bear and bull. It'll bleed more before the sun sets on the Mojave. That place and I have a past, owe it a debt, and it owes me. If your path takes you there, know you're not the only one. It's the wall by which this age will be measured, the gravestone of the Mojave. Old world never meant it as such.
And I'm heading back to the Mojave to settle things.
Can hear the weight in your feet. You're bound for that old world wall, Hoover Dam. Maybe not now. In time. Bear and bull shed too much blood there to let it go. Can't stop you from going. Wouldn't. A warning, though. The legate Linnaeus, whether Caesar stands or not, Linnaeus will come.
Who is Legate Lanius?
Linnaeus, the butcher, monster, terror of the East. Not even his slaves have seen his face. Struck them blind so they can't. Wears a mask. Don't even know if it's the same man. He put Colorado to the sword. Broke the hangdogs by throwing their hounds upon the flames, so they might burn forever in the afterlife.
Why is he coming west?
To take Hoover Dam, Legion will need something as big as the old world itself. Another symbol forged by history. Linnaeus carries all the terrors of the East with him. He's the myth, the weapon the Legion needs. When he arrives, he'll fall on Hoover Dam like a hammer. Break the bear in two.
Any idea on how to beat him?
19 tribes could not do it. All the lights in Vegas cannot. His strength lies in his title, and it is his weakness. He will not fight a losing battle and destroy what he represents. Put the idea of loss in him. Convince him the bear will not be the 20th tribe beneath his heel. It will make him pause like nothing on earth. You do not need to convince him alone. Draw upon history. The past of other legates are not filled with victories. Remind Linnaeus of this.
Other legates? You mean Graham?
Yes. Graham was broken on the wall of the dam. Caesar had him burned and cast into the earth. into the largest canyon you've ever seen, watched the flames trail all the way to the bottom. Somehow, Joshua walked away from that, went beyond Caesar's gaze. His footsteps trailing fire, walking from one hell, maybe to another. When one is ruined like Graham was, sometimes home is the only place left. If so, he went to New Canaan, Caesar's anger written on him like a book. Caesar's orders to the Frumentari were to watch for him, find Graham, kill him. Didn't try. Could've. No good would have come of it. Graham earned his life and his nature. It'll kill him more surely than any blade of the Legion. So, if you've heard word of it or seen sign of him, let it keep. Let his history keep.
I'll remember that.
And there is nothing more to be done. The Mojave awaits.
And there it is. Lonesome Road is done. We won't be going to Hoover Dam just yet, because next episode we're doing a little big game hunting. Have a little bit of fun before the climactic battle. So I'll see you all then. I'm looking forward to it.